Aí, Bila, capaz de mais de Paco, Buju,
And welcome back to being Xiluva. My name is Malo and I'm with
Maitele Wawe.
Yes, and could you please at least tell them who you are, like what you do?
Name is Maitele Wawe. I am originally from Venda, Limpopo, Mara. I stay in Pretoria. I've been here for about 10 years now, and I've just basically been shifting the culture in the province of Gauteng. I've done a whole bunch of stuff. Like I've worked on campaigns with brands. So I'm basically a social entrepreneur, and I do a lot of consultancy, but all in the entertainment sphere. So yeah, and my brand is the Social Market, and the Social Market is a young entrepreneur and young creatives platform that allows them to showcase their stuff, basically whatever you're selling or what you can make with your hands, or however artistic things that you want to buy, like paintings and all that sort of stuff. But yeah.
Okay, thank you. So today I want us to speak about the psychology of expectation.
Yeah.
And what it says is that expectation is a premeditated resentment. So I want to ask you, what are the expectations that you've had, or you have still?
I think, well, you know, we all have like crazy expectations, like I want to be rich, you know, and all that sort of stuff. But I think the biggest thing for me was, you know, that I always just thought I was going to be somebody. I didn't know how it was going to be. I didn't know like how I was going to like work it out and stuff. Because I remember my mom was very mad when I passed my matric because I didn't know what I wanted to do. And she's like, what do you mean? Like I put you to school for so many years to come here and say you don't know what you want to do.
Yeah.
And so the expectation for me was like, I just wanted to do me. I mean, I never worked in my life. Well, I never worked for anyone or a company or someone else. I've never worked under anyone, you know. So basically, and the expectation has always been really that I just want to be me. I just want to do me, and not knowing what it is that I'll end up doing and all of that sort of stuff, you know. But it's just always been that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and how did you feel about that expectation put on you to know what you needed to do after matric?
I mean, I think it's really merely a thing of how well do you understand yourself, and do you really know, like, genuinely what you want to do? Because a lot of us youngsters, yeah, cool, you pass your matric and you tell yourself, nah, I'll probably, you know, be a doctor or whatnot, and you get to varsity and shit just ain't the same, you know. It's just like, okay, you're smart, but you don't have time management. So maybe you're not able to manage your time well in terms of school, your friends, you know, your social life and all of that sort of stuff. And so for me, I think it's always had to do with entertainment. So it started very much with fashion, you know, and after fashion, it just happened that a whole bunch of shit was just happening because, you know, how the campaigns came about, me working with Peltusi, Maps Maponyane, all this type of people. It's like, it's because I strived to be myself more than anything. So the brands and the agencies were just like, but we want to work with this kid, or we want to work with this guy. And so we don't know which agency runs this person or whatsoever. And fortunately, I've never had an agency, you know. I've never had to have to work for anybody, like I just said.
Yeah.
No, but at the same time, it was like I wasn't even sure how the expectation was going to play out, because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. I just wanted to be myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And share that with everyone else.
And share that with everybody else. Because that's your power. Like the fact that you are you and no one else has what you have in terms of your intellectual property, your whatever, everything. Like, that's your power.
Yeah.
Yeah. Straight up.
Yeah. So, do you feel like there were a few failures that you stumbled upon?
A lot. I mean, there was a whole bunch of stuff that I could have felt like maybe not to see at a young age, like that, meaning that, you know, maybe I would have gotten help in so many ways by somebody helping me out with knowledge, just letting me know that, you know, I can do anything I want. And also the whole, when you're in varsity, when you're in high school, where I come from, a lot of those schools are just like mainstream stuff where it's either you're doing science or maths or economics or agriculture. Yeah. So there's no arts. There's no, you know, there ain't none of those things that like come in where you're like, but I don't want to be a doctor or an accountant, or I want to do art. Like, I feel like I'm so good at drawing, I just want to keep drawing. You know, those type of things. We don't have that, and those things hindered a lot of progress in terms of how you looked at yourself in the next 10 years as a youngin and all of that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what have you learned from those?
I mean, geez, I've learned that you growing up just means that you are probably forever going to keep changing your mind. You always have to change your mind with whatever it is that you're doing, or whoever it is that you think you love, or whoever you think your friends are, or whatsoever. And I've learned that it's easier to follow like a passion thing, and unlike you thinking you just want money in life, you know, it's better for you to want. Yeah. So, I mean, genuinely what I've learned is that, you know, you need to be very passionate about what you do. You need to love what you do, and you need to know what you want to do, because ultimately growing up, we change our minds a lot with a lot of things. And it's like, you can't blame yourself for not liking something you didn't like a year, or something you liked a year ago. Now you don't like it, and people are just like, but that's what you chose. I know. I'm about to make up my mind about that. I just changed my mind. Can I change my mind, you know? Because ultimately there are those things where you need to understand that if you choose something, you're probably going to run with this thing for a while.
Yeah.
And so it's like people that change a lot of courses and stuff, it's because they then realize that, oh my God, no, you know what, actually, I think my mom is the one that wanted me to do this. I didn't want to do this, you know?
Yeah.
And more about learning has just to do with the fact that, like, your passion is going to be your driving force in terms of how you want to see yourself in the next 10 years or whatsoever, because you need to know what you love, or you need to know what you want so you can go get that. But if it's money that you're looking for, like, you probably have a lot of problems going forward, because you can never have enough money.
Yeah, I hear you when you say that, because when you have it, you have to use it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when you have it, you just think you'll always have it. You know, you don't think about the fact that if it's a business, it can go up, it can come down, it can, you know, there's a whole bunch of stuff that people just don't think about when they think about their next move in life. And it's like, your experiences are really going to help you a lot. And also sometimes it's okay to feel like I can learn from someone else's experiences, you know, because you don't really have to go through it yourself.
Yeah.
You can learn from other people, you know, and that makes a lot of sense. Like, just think about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to add?
What I want to add, you know, is that such chats, you know, are very important, you know, to have. So thank you to Muraro Ngumalo Xiluva. This is my sister, by the way. I'm just putting it out there. But, you know, I really think that, you know, this talks are very necessary, because also, like, a lot of us youngsters, we're not exposing ourselves to, you know, getting into chats that actually really matter, you know, for whatever that needs to happen to us tomorrow, because there's a lot that we still need to learn, you know, and ultimately I could be going through a lot right now and nobody would even know, you know. And sometimes just having chats like this helped a lot because you're able to like release some tension. You're able to like, you know, just talk about what's really bothering you or whatsoever. Because right now, the fact that a lot of people just don't even know how to run a lot of things puts them at a very crazy at a very crazy situation where you think you know what you're doing and you don't. And 2 years from now, when you're not making the same money that you're making, it's easier for you to just fall into depression. And you know, the whole mental health thing is like a big deal right now, you know. And so chats like this are very much important for us to have because they help. Like somebody might be able to see something like this, even though I mean I didn't really go too much into depth about what's what, but those chats are very necessary because like we need to grow not only with just like success rate and stuff, but also mentally, you know, and also just like you growing in terms of you feeling like I've actually, you know, become a different person. Like, you know, I feel like I'm more matured and all those type of things. So yeah, shout out to being Xiluva, and
thank you.
It's a wrap.
It's really trying.